Hey there guys, what is going on? Gil right here. Welcome back to the YouTube channel once again for another Danmachi Memoria Freese video, and today we're going to be covering the Japanese news live stream and talking about what's to come in Danmachi in the next couple of weeks. Now, of course, if you guys go on to enjoy this video, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and of course, comment down below what news piece excited you guys the most. Of course, we got some new story to come, we've got some new units to come, and we have some new features to come. So let me know what you guys are excited about the most. Now, they started off a bit slow, of course, you know, the usual fluff, talking about like who came on top in war games and stuff. But then they started talking about Australia record. Now, one thing to note is that the next Japanese live stream will be on the 8th of November, and the next part of the Australia record light novel is releasing on the 15th of November. I do believe you should be getting a next set of units in the next celebration as well, along with another maybe mini celebration or rerun potentially. But I genuinely believe we should be getting the next batch of units in 2 weeks time. Now, I don't know who they're gonna be. I'm expecting maybe Kaguya and Lyra, but we shall see. We shall see. Who knows what they're gonna drop then? But that's my prediction. Is it's gonna be a new Kaguya and Lyra from the 3rd anniversary celebration slash story, basically. We'll see though. We will see. But that's what I expect. But yeah, like they say here, the publication campaign is still underway. This banner is still live as well. In all honesty, I've seen them a little bit in war games. I'm not the biggest fan of them, but I'll be making a more in-depth video tomorrow once war games is over and done with. Okay, so I'm not a big fan of these two units, in all honesty. So far, I've not been impressed with them. But again, we shall wait and see. The login bonus is currently going on, so you better get your iris. It's super nice, and obviously with these banners coming out, it's good to have more stock of an iris than ever. It's more important in all honesty. So make sure you get your iris stock ready. Free 11 draw gacha every day is still going on. I don't know how long this is still, but it's still going on, so be sure to get your free 11 pull. Obviously, Familia support campaign is going on. If you've joined Familia, great, you're getting your scores in. You'll get this free 11 draw ticket, of course. But keep in mind that, of course, I do have a guide on Familias and stuff. You can go check that out. It'll give you guys a bit of an idea on exactly what to do in a Familia and stuff like that. So be sure to keep an eye out on that. The 100th war game is going on. I had a video actually, you know, doing war games for the first time on the YouTube channel as well, which was really cool. Obviously, we didn't take my best team into it, but it was a good video in all honesty. I had a lot of fun making it. Danmemo event info. Okay, so now they went into the new units. Of course, if you want to see the new units, special arts and stuff, there is a video live on the channel right now. I dropped it like an hour or two before recording this video, basically, so it's live already. Be sure to check it out. Now they basically went for the Alice in Wonderland theme, basically, but instead it's Ais in Wonderland, with Belle being the rabbit, Hermes being the Mad Hatter, Riveria being the Queen of Hearts. It's Ais in Wonderland. I can't really say much. I'm stuttering because I don't know what else to say. It's just literally Alice in Wonderland, but with Ais and Danmachi, basically, which is cool. I mean, I'm down for it. It is what it is. I was really hoping for a more Halloween-esque theme, but they've gone with the Alice in Wonderland theme. Now, I don't know if they'll get into trouble for this from any sort of, you know, IP. I think Disney owns Alice in Wonderland, but I think it should be fine. I think it should be fine in theory. So they're saying clear all quests to get a Wonderland 4-star guaranteed 11 draw ticket. Fantastic. So that means you can get any one of the new units on this list. There is no free unit for this celebration, it seems like. So you can get any one of these free 6 units basically from that ticket, which is great. We'll definitely be doing that once the banners go live, because I am considering potentially summoning. We shall see. So the event goes from the 27th to the 24th, so it's a 1 month long event, so 3 to 4 weeks basically. We have a new Ais, we have a new Belle, we have a new Riveria, we have a new Anakitty, we have a new Raul, we have a new Hermes, and we have, that's about it. So let's go over, obviously the banners are here, but let's go over to the Discord and let's check out Valaris's Discord, who has the translations for us about what they do. So we have Ais right here, who's able to do a lot of things. So let's start off with this. I hope let me see. Yeah, you guys can see all the text. Perfect. I just wanted to make sure that you guys were being able to see the text in the recording. So Ais is an AoE water physical unit. Her special arts does ultra water physical attack with ultra unguard rate and temporary great strength boost, and seal and water res minus 50% for 4 turns, and allies water attack damage plus 80% for 4 turns. really strong special arts. If you think about it, it's gonna make things so strong, especially if you are in, say, a Record Buster or something like that. If you're especially running a water physical team as a Record Buster team, for example, right? I think this would be amazing because the support you're getting from that first or from that special art is ridiculous. Her first skill is a 71 MP full slow super water physical attack with ultra encounter rate and agility and dexterity minus 35% for 5 turns, and self agility and dexterity 45% for 5 turns. She also adds additional actions where she does a mid water physical attack, skill damage plus 35% per self STR buff, so 35% extra damage per STR buff, and 35% seal. So she is able to incorporate a little bit of ailment in her abilities. Her second skill is a 60 MP fast strength water attack damage along with ailment resistance plus 60% for 4 turns, and then foes STR magic water res and seal res minus 35% and AoE damage taken plus 35% for 4 turns and seal for 35%. That's really strong. I mean, that is actually ridiculously strong. I think this Ais is going to be crazy, and I'll explain why I think this Ais is going to be crazy, but those first 2 skills is ridiculously good in my personal opinion. S3 is 49 MP, foe super water physical attack with ultra on guard rate, temporary great strength boost, and seal. So the S3 is the norm single target attack, really cool. 45% fire res, counters and RA are water physical, 35% to strength, endurance, agility, and dexterity. Pretty high agility stat, by the way, I must admit. Ais does have a really good agility stat. 20% damage on crit and pen, 35% ailment res, and phantasma killer. So expect the next familiar event, if it's a royale or a rush, it'll have phantasma killer as one of the necessities. So keep that in mind. Next up, we have Aki or Anakitty as the next unit in this list. So let's look at and see what she does. She is a single target thunder physical unit. She does full ultra thunder physical attack with ultra critical rate on her special arts and temporary great strength boost and thunder res minus 60% for 4 turns, and adds 5 additional actions where full has she does a single target high physical thunder attack with penetration rate or high penetration rate. Really strong, really like it. Awesome SA. S1 is a 57 MP self SA gauge charge 100%, STR and thunder attack damage plus 70% for 4 turns, and adds 4 additional actions, full mid thunder physical attack with high penetration rate. Now, if I'm not mistaken, we were actually some people were actually discussing this in the chat for the Danmachi stream, and I think this is the first physical unit to have an SA charge gain plus 100%, if I'm not mistaken. We could be wrong. There might be some, I haven't looked to be quite honest, but that's really sick. S2 is 46 MP full fast high thunder physical attack with ultra and guard rate and STR magic thunder res minus 40% for 2 turns. And then finally, S3 is 62 MP slow super thunder physical attack with high penetration rate, skill damage plus 90% per self SA gauge charge or charge gain buff, and allies extend status buffs by 2 turns. That is really powerful. Again, I'm not sure if there's been any unit with that much extra damage per SA charge gain buff on their 3rd skill or their single target skill, but that's really powerful. Very powerful. Super unit. I'm not sure how viable she will be in Record Buster outside of, you know, the ones where they make it intentionally weak for you to do it, right? For example, we are getting a Water Riveria RB next, and you best believe this Thunder Anakitty is going to be phenomenal there. It's going to be weak to Thunder and physical units, so keep that in mind. Finally, light physical might actually have a chance, by the way. They'll probably still put the light res though, we'll see. 45% water res, counters are full thunder physical attack and extends status debuffs by 1 turn. Interesting. Oh, okay, I like that. I actually kind of dig that. That is kind of sick. That's I've never seen that counter effect before, or did I? Does Lazar do that? I think Lazar might actually do that. The Earth Lazar. I think Earth Lazar does that. I'm not sure. Somebody will have to correct me in the comments. 35% strength, agility, and dexterity, 30% damage on penetration, and Phantasma Killer as expected. Riveria is next. I wasn't expecting this to happen, to be quite honest. I wasn't expecting a AoE Fire Riveria. So on special arts, she does Ultra Fire Magic Attack with Ultra on God Rate, skill damage plus 90% per self match buff, and foes STR Magic and Agility, Dexterity, and Endurance minus 50% for 3 turns. If she could launch her SA off immediately, that thing would be unbelievably good for war games and stuff. S1 is 91 MP, foes low fire magic attack with ultra and counter rate, and self AoE damage and ST damage taken minus 65% for 5 turns. Really good there in my personal opinion. Imagine if that was allies. Oh, it would have been insane. Immediate stall team unit, honestly. And foes remove thunder, earth, wind, light, dark attack damage buffs, and adds 3 additional actions where she does foes mid-fire magic attack with ultra on god rate and 40% sleep. S2 is a super fire magic attack with ultra on god rate, skill damage plus 70% per self match debuff here. Bit contradictory here. I feel like that's super weird that they've done this. And self magic critical rate and fire attack damage plus 70% for 4 turns, and self a 60% HP heal and removes P-res and M-res buffs. I think that's really good. I'm not too sure about the whole match debuff thing, but again, that'll make her really good in war games, and that's where she's, you know, determined to be. She's very similar to Elise in that regards, the light Elise that we just got, right? Very similar in that regards, where they kind of get more damage as they get debuffed, basically. Skill 3 is 44 MP, 4 super fire magic attack with ultra and critical rate and temporary great magic buff. Very, very basic. S3 single target, super simple. 45% wind res and counters and RA are fire magic attack, 35% magic endurance dexterity, 30% damage on crit, 25% M-res P-res, and Phantasma Killer. Really strong unit. I think very good stall unit. She'll work really well. I think, again, you know, chuck her in with some of the magic units and she'll probably do decently in my personal opinion. But let's move on to the big boy of this banner. I feel like he's gonna be cracked. I think this Raul is insane personally. So on special arts, foes ultra water physical attack with ultra penetration rate, skill damage plus 80% per self dex buff, and adds 4 additional actions. Foes high water physical attack and extends status debuffs by 2 turns, and foes M-res and P-res minus 50% for 2 turns. Really strong there already. Really good. His S1, 204 MP, allies fast HP and MP 20% heal. And then this is where things get really cracked. Adds 1 physical and 1 magic null, and then fire, thunder, earth, wind, light, dark res, god rate, P-res, and M-res 40% for 1 turn. He basically blocks the entire game. Right now, if you look at war games and stuff like that, you're seeing units like the light physical team, you're seeing units like the dark team, you're seeing units like the earth team. You're gonna block all of them with this one skill. It is ridiculously powerful. He is going to be amazing for stall. I don't know what they were thinking when they designed him. I think this guy's going to be cracked. And like I said, there's a reason why I thought Ais was going to be cracked. If you pair Ais, him, and let's say the last year anniversary units, the Belle and Aisha from last year, the water physical AoE units, you're going to get a team that's extremely powerful here. Extremely powerful here. It's insane. It's insane. S2 is 70 MP, foe super water physical attack with ultra and counter rate, skill damage plus 40% per self dex buff, and self STR dex and water attack damage 70% for 4 turns. S3 is 49 MP, single target super water physical attack with ultra penetration rate, skill damage plus 80% per dex buff, and then obviously the usual stuff. 45% fire res, water attacks or counters in RA, 35% STR agility dexterity, 30% damage on penetration, and 5% HP and MP regen per turn. He's also got some decent agility here, so I think he's going to be great. Let's move on to the assists. There are 2 assists, Hermes and Belle. Hermes is AoE damage taken and ST damage taken plus 20% and god rate minus 20%. He's really good if you don't have like the new Felice or anything. Honestly, you're gonna get much more advantage from this guy than any of the other units that you have right now in the game. So I would say if you don't have the Felice or anything for like Record Buster and stuff, this guy's not a bad pickup. Belle, allies Shodan status debuffs by 3 turns and adds 4 instant effects when attacked. Foe remove STR match buffs can activate up to 2 times per turn. I think he's going to be really good coming in from the back. You're not really going to want to use him anywhere else, to be quite honest. He's going to be a good backline assist in war games. That's about it. So not the greatest unit right here. All right, let's go back to the screen now. Let's go back to the slides that we have, of course, and see for ourselves what we're cooking with. So the first banner, my face is covering Hermes, but the first banner is Ais, Hermes, and Anakitty, and the second banner is Riveria, Belle, and Raul. Not bad banners. Again, I wish, you know, they would keep the pairings together, so Ais and Raul together. If Ais, Raul, and Hermes were together, easy dub. That is literally the only banner you should summon on. But they split up Raul's in the other banner, it becomes a lot more trickier there. Now, we also have the celebration of the Asia and European anniversaries. The 4th anniversary for Asia, the 3rd anniversary for EU. We're getting a nice login bonus, nothing too crazy about. What is it? That's 60, 190, 130, 170, 210, 250, 300, 350, 400. So 400 iris, a couple of tickets, including a 4-star ticket, it seems like. So super solid, but of course you're gonna have to wait effectively, what is that, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, so you're gonna have to wait 21 days. It's a 21-day login bonus. So yeah, that's about it. So now we have some quality of life functions. Now I made a video about what quality of life features and stuff I wanted to see added. This wasn't one of them, but you know, it is what it is. So they've added a party auto set function, which is cool. I think good for a lot of beginning players, I suppose, and helps out with like if they're trying to find like teams good enough to combat against, you know, certain element weaknesses and stuff, right? So that's something cool, I suppose. I'm curious to see how exactly it'll work and stuff like that, but again, it's in development and we'll have to just wait and see once it goes live on Thursday. I'm probably gonna do a test and see how it works, to be quite honest, and see if it mucks up in some way, shape or form. Okay, so we'll do that. So about this auto set screen, so you can switch between which is the higher priority. An exclamation mark will be displayed on what was changed. Okay, the selections with check marks in them will be applied. Can we know exactly what we're doing? You can set priority settings for abilities to reference and sort settings for elements, attack types and killer skills in the party. That is something cool. I think killer skills especially is kind of helpful, especially in like rush and stuff. So that's at least something positive. Now let's look at the schedule. What's coming out on Thursday? We should be getting the Ais In Wonderland quest. We will be getting the 2 banners as well, bundles along with it, of course, bonus iris campaign, which is great. We're getting a water Riveria record buster, so expect another video on this as well, talking about like what to do and stuff like that. The weaknesses should be thunder and physical, ideally, because of course of Anakitty, right? Anakitty is a physical unit and she's a thunder unit, so both will be probably strong here. Then we have 7 zone, and then on the following day we will get the login bonus. On the 1st of November we will get a new Memoria, which I need to check out what does it actually do. I assume Valyrus and Jussi managed to get it done. So it is all party wind, earth, water attack damage plus 6% from turn 6 to 10. Okay, so basically it's sort of like the new version and the extended version of the damage boosters for elements. That's fantastic. I think that's dope. There will be a Memoria video coming out soon as well. Somebody asked me to make one, so I'll talk about that. Undertale Skira will be coming as well, which is great. And then on the 3rd of November we will be getting a Heroic Trials, War Games, 7 Zone, and then the day after we will be getting the login bonus. So nothing too crazy in the next 2 weeks. We'll of course have the new event to do and stuff like that, but I expect the big thing to come out on the you know, the live stream that they're going to be showing on the 8th of November, I mean 8th of November, where I expect to see the next part of Astrea record. But there you guys go. That's what's coming up in Danmachi Memoria Freese in the next 2 weeks. Of course, if you guys enjoyed this video, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and of course comment down below what are you guys most excited about. I'd be curious to see what y'all say down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out, everybody.